Right now, five financial scams are draining everyday Americans. And the worst part, none of them look like scams. They look like normal products, normal services, normal offers from companies you already trust. You're not getting a suspicious email from a foreign prince. You're getting a friendly text from your bank. You're signing paperwork at a car dealership. You're clicking a checkout button on your favorite store. These are billion-dollar systems designed to take your money slowly, legally, and quietly. And most people never realize it's happening until they're already behind. By the end of this video, you'll know all five, and you'll never fall for them again. Before we go through all five, you need to understand something. The most dangerous scams aren't illegal. They're just designed to confuse you. They use fine print. They use urgency. They use the fact that nobody taught you how money actually works, and that's the key. These aren't random criminals in a basement. These are corporations with legal teams, marketing budgets, and shareholder expectations. Their job is to extract as much money from you as possible while making you feel like you're getting a deal. The Federal Trade Commission reported that Americans lost $5 billion to financial scams in 2024. That's a 25% jump from the year before. And here's what might surprise you. The age group hit the hardest wasn't senior citizens. It was adults between 20 and 49. That's you. That's your friends. That's everyone grinding every day trying to get ahead. So let's go through them one by one, starting with the one your bank is probably running on you right now. Scam number one, overdraft protection. Your bank calls it a service. They say they're helping you. Here's what's actually happening. You have $40 in your checking account. You buy gas for $55. Instead of declining the transaction, your bank approves it, then charges you $35 for going negative. You just paid $90 for a tank of gas. And if you don't notice, it happens again the next day. And the day after that. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that banks collected $8 billion in overdraft fees in a single year. And 80% of those fees came from just 9% of accounts. That means the people paying the most are the ones who can afford it the least. The fix is simple. Go into your bank settings today and turn off overdraft protection. If your card gets declined, that's embarrassing for 10 seconds, but it saves you $35 every single time. Scam number two, dealer financing tricks. You walk into a dealership and the salesperson says you're approved for 0% APR. Sounds amazing. 0 interest, free money. But here's what they don't tell you. That 0% rate is only available if you skip the manufacturer's cash rebate. That rebate could be $3,000 or $4,000. So you're not getting 0% for free. You're paying for it by giving up thousands in savings. A study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that 80% of buyers who take 0% financing would have saved more money by taking the rebate and financing at a regular rate. They hide the cost inside the deal structure. The monthly payment looks clean, but the total price is inflated. Always ask the dealer to show you both options side by side, the 0% path and the rebate path. If they won't do it, walk away. Scam number three, and this is the big one, debt settlement companies. If you've ever Googled how to get out of debt, you've seen the ads. They promise to cut your debt in half. They say they'll negotiate with your creditors. They make it sound like magic. Here's what actually happens. Step one, they tell you to stop paying your bills completely. They say this gives them leverage to negotiate. But while you stop paying, your credit score is collapsing. Late payments, collections, charge-offs, every month you don't pay, your credit report gets worse. Step two, they have you put money into a special savings account every month, usually $300 to $500. But this money doesn't go to your creditors. It sits in that account, growing, waiting. Step three, after 12 to 18 months of you not paying anyone, the settlement company contacts your creditors and offers a lump sum. Maybe they settle a $5,000 debt for $2,500. Sounds great until you see the bill. Step four, they charge you their fee. Most debt settlement companies charge between 15% and 25% of the total debt they enrolled. So if you enrolled $20,000 in debt, they charge you $3,000 to $5,000 just for their service. Let's add it all up. You started with $20,000 in debt. After 18 months of destroyed credit, you might settle for $10,000. Then you pay $4,000 in fees. You spent $14,000 to eliminate $20,000 in debt. That's a $6,000 savings. But your credit score dropped 150 points. You can't get an apartment. You can't finance a car. And here's the part nobody mentions. The IRS considers forgiven debt as taxable income. That $10,000 your creditors wrote off, the government wants their cut. You could owe $2,000 to $3,000 in taxes on money you never actually received. Americans lost $12, $5 billion to financial scams in 2024, a 25% increase from the year before, and the most common victims aren't elderly. They're adults aged 20 to 49. Debt settlement is one of the biggest reasons why. The alternative is a nonprofit credit counseling agency. They charge little or nothing. They set up a debt management plan with lower interest rates, and your credit stays intact. Never pay someone to settle your debt when free help exists. Scam number 4, fake check schemes. This one targets freelancers, gig workers, and anyone looking for extra income online. Here's how it works. Someone contacts you about a job. Maybe it's a mystery shopping gig. Maybe it's a personal assistant role. They seem legitimate. They send you a check for $2,500 and say to deposit it. Then they ask you to send $500 back for supplies or to pay a vendor. Your bank shows the deposit. The money looks real. So you send the $500. 2 weeks later, the check bounces. The $2,500 disappears from your account. But the $500 you sent is gone forever. You're now negative $500 plus whatever overdraft fees your bank charges. The Federal Trade Commission says fake check scams are the #1 type of fraud reported by adults under 30. These aren't obvious fakes. Modern counterfeit checks pass initial bank verification. That's why your bank shows the funds as available. But available doesn't mean cleared. It can take weeks for a check to fully clear. The rule is simple. Never send money to someone who sent you money first. If a stranger sends you a check and asks for anything back, it's a scam. Every single time. No exceptions. If you're doing gig work, use established platforms that handle payments directly. Never accept checks from individuals you found online. And if a deal sounds too good to be true, you already know the answer. Scam number 5. Buy now, pay later apps. Now you might be thinking, that's not a scam, it's just splitting payments. And that's exactly why it's on this list. These apps let you break a purchase into 4 payments with no interest. Sounds responsible. But research from the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia found that buy now, pay later, users spend 40% more per transaction than they would with cash. The apps are engineered to reduce the pain of paying. When you hand over $200 cash, it hurts. When you see 4 payments of $50, it feels like nothing. That's the design. And it gets worse. 43% of buy now, pay later users have missed at least 1 payment. When you miss a payment, late fees kick in. Some apps charge $7 per missed payment. Others send you to collections. And here's the objection you might have. But I always pay on time. Maybe you do. But the system isn't designed for people who pay on time. It's designed to get you to buy things you wouldn't have bought otherwise. That $80 jacket you didn't need. Those $150 headphones you could have waited on. The $200 shoes you saw at checkout. Every time you split a payment, you're training your brain that everything is affordable. And that's the most expensive habit you can build. Here's your protection plan. Step 1. Delete every buy now, pay later app from your phone today. Step 2. Set a 48-hour rule. If you want something, wait 2 days. If you still want it and have the cash, buy it outright. Step 3. Track your spending for 1 month, every dollar. You'll find $200 to $400 in purchases you wouldn't have made if you had to pay the full amount up front. Two people, both making $45,000 a year. Same city, same rent, same bills. Person A doesn't know about any of these scams. Over 3 years, here's what happens. They pay $35 in overdraft fees twice a month. That's $840 a year. $2,520 over 3 years. They finance a car at 0% and skip the $3,500 rebate. They sign up with a debt settlement company and pay $4,000 in fees plus $2,500 in taxes on forgiven debt. They fall for a fake check scam and lose $500, and they use buy now, pay later for everything. They overspend by $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year, $10,800 over 3 years. Add it all up. Person A loses $23,820 in 3 years to scams hiding in plain sight. Now person B, same income, same starting point, but they watched a video like this one. They turned off overdraft protection, saved $2,520. They took the rebate instead of 0% APR, saved $3,500. They called a nonprofit credit counselor instead of a settlement company. Saved $6,500 in fees and taxes. They recognized the fake check scam immediately. Saved $500, and they deleted their buy now, pay later apps. Saved $10,800 in impulse spending. Person B kept $23,820 in their pocket, and they invested $500 a month of that savings into an index fund averaging 8% returns. After 3 years, that's $20,300. Person A has nothing. Person B has over $20,000 in investments. Same paycheck, same city, same bills. The only difference is what they learned and when they learned it. 5 scams, billions of dollars, and now you see them. You're not the person who falls for the fine print anymore. You're not the person who signs without asking questions. You're someone who knows how the game works. This is not your fault. Nobody taught you this. But now you know. And knowing changes everything. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe so the next time someone tries to take your money, you already know the play.